Hi. Can you all hear me all right? I'm still getting the chat and all that fun stuff set up, but... Oh, there's Sam. You guys get to meet Sam. Minimize that window. Move this over here. How's everybody doing tonight? This is what I get for using a laptop with a tiny little screen. Here we are. This is, since I missed a birthday edition of live stream last month, you guys get the birthday slash holiday edition. Oh, Jesus Christ. Verbal bloopers happening already. I pre-gamed a little bit before today's live stream with a couple of friends of mine. Just got back from that. So this is going to be interesting for you all. This is Sam. This is my cat. He likes to get right in the middle of everything. Yeah, talking is hard. Words. What, Jay? The question is isn't what I'm having right now. It's what I did have, but we'll just say that it was some adult beverages, right? No, you can't lay on my lap this time, buddy. He just wants to be part of the action, is all. Yeah, this is Sam. He's my. He is my. What are you? He is my tiny furry overlord, is what he actually is. How's everybody doing tonight? So this is the birthday slash holiday live stream slash New Year's Eve, I guess, really. It's only, what, another week and a half, 2 weeks away now. So we all made it through 2022, right? And now we just have to survive 2023, I'm sure. And please, nobody make any plans or make a list for 2023, because we saw how that worked out for so many people in 2020 and 21. So let's not do that again. Yes, Moto Map Chick. Sam is the emotional supervisor. He's one of them. The other one, Harley, is right down over here playing with one of her toys. My, you hear that? Yeah. Yeah, she's my 70-pound chicken dog. She's my 70-pound, supposed to be 50-pound chicken dog. She hasn't been too happy with me lately, just because she's been on a bit of a weight loss program. So, yeah. You're a good girl. You gotta get back, though. I don't want you to trip over my cords. Come on, get back. Get back. So what are we talking about tonight? A couple things I mentioned on Ben's live stream is I am going to be doing some fairly major suspension upgrades on the Twin this year, actually coming up very soon. I just finalized those with Paul at Evo Suspension today, actually, in email and whatnot. So I'm not going to go into specifics about that. You got to get out of the way, buddy. Why don't you lay down there? Because it's going to be a video all unto its own, right? So you got to stay away from the mic, bro. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on. Video that drops this coming Sunday is... what is this Sunday? I finally hardwired my GPS to the bike instead of using my rather unreliable USB adapter. And the week after that, the video won't drop Sunday because that's Christmas, right? But it will drop Monday because that's like the, in the United States anyway, that's the nationally recognized holiday. So most people have that off. So the video the week following will drop on Monday the 26th. The week after that is going to be a very suspension-specific video. Much better than I can explain suspension. We're going to have Paul Sussbauer of Evo Oregon on, and he's going to be going in depth about the suspension settings, not only what they do, but what they can do for you as long as you're honest with yourself about how much you weigh, what you carry on the bike, and more importantly, what your skill level is. So we're going to be talking about that. Everybody, congratulations to Slow Eddie. He was just able to secure himself a Tenere 700. That is awesome. That's super cool. Congratulations to Slow Eddie. That is awesome. Congratulations, man. I'm happy for you. That's badass. Really cool colorway on that thing too. I like that white red thing. It's that is retro technically for Yamaha. Who else in here? Slow Eddie's in here. Critter's in here. Critter's in here knocking down the asshats for me, being the mod. Thank you very much. Everybody give a cheers to Critter. Slowboat's in here. Moto Map Chick, Bobby Top, Sean Collins, Mike, how you doing? Who else we got in here? Ghost Rider's in here. My ADV 360, how you doing, man? Buzz, Jay. We got all kinds of people in here. How's everybody doing? We're going to start something off right the bat. Oh my God. We're going to start off something right off the bat just to test my bot. Let's see what this does. And we're going to do a sticker pack giveaway right now, hopefully, as long as the bot is working. Come on. Yes. I have read the terms of service on several occasions. Let's see if this works. Hopefully it works. That'd be cool. Maybe. All right. If you would like to win I almost said Beards, Bikes, and Camping. If you would like to win an Explore Adventure Moto sticker pack. Let's see if it worked. Is the bot going to pop up? Neck Dual Sport, what's going on? There you go. You're going to use exclamation point EAM to enter. EAM sports bra. My ADV, did you order one of those sports bras? Those are pretty good. That's crazy. So I did that on the, so anybody that doesn't know, I did just finally launch a merch store for this channel. And for some crazy reason, Teespring, one of their products that they offer is a sports bra. You can't put something like that out there for offer and expect me to not put my logo on each side of the sports bra. It's just gonna happen. So I did, and I've already sold like 5. It's ridiculous that it's actually popular. So if you're one of the people that ordered one, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. I really do. I really do appreciate that quite a lot. But it surprises me that it's as popular as it is. So, I mean, it's kind of their fault that they offer a sports bra and allow me to put my logo on there twice. So, Dewey's in here. LZ, show me your logos. Nobody wants to see that. Here's a logo. Seat Concepts right there. Moto Map Chick, I did not even order one of my own sports bras. Nobody wants to see that. Nice, Mike. Thank you very much. Ordering a t-shirt. That's cool. I don't really have anything specific planned tonight. Just a BS session, just hanging out. If you guys have any specific questions, please put them up in chat, and I will try to keep up with them. Jeff, nice. You got the t-shirt today. How did the print turn out? Because I did order one for myself just as a test to see how the print turned out, and it seemed like it didn't scale very well, like it was a little fuzzy or something. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, it didn't, when I scaled it up to fit the front of the shirt, it just seemed like it was, I mean, out of focus, right? Just a little bit fuzzy. Like I need to I need to get a better file to upload or something. Smaller is okay, like on the coffee mugs and whatnot, but Mike asks if I'm planning to do the Touratech or Giant Loop rally. Giant Loop, yes, for sure. As soon as registration opens. Not sure yet as to when the registration does open. I have an inkling, but the day that it opens, I'm going to be on there refreshing to get my tickets. I'm not going to miss Giant Loop. And I have already registered for Touratech, so I will be there this year. It's going to be a very busy June, a very busy month again, because the weekend after Touratech, I am in a group that will be one of the first groups to ride the upcoming Oregon BDR. So that's going to get a little bit interesting. Dewey, I did not get tickets to that because I haven't fully seen when or where it's going to be yet, the PDX Moto Film Fest, but I am definitely going to go to the film festival for the Oregon BDR when it comes out. I'm not even sure when that one's going to be, but I have it on good authority that it's probably going to happen at the Aladdin Theater this time. Don't quote me on that though. I'm not super sure. Neck Dual Sport Christmas calendar coming soon. Sports Bra edition. Yeah, nobody wants to see that. Ken, Lana says January 3rd. Okay. Nice. Jeff said the logo turned out okay. Yeah, just, you see what I'm saying though, Jeffrey? The logo didn't scale well when it's really blown up, so I got to look into that. So the dates that I've seen for the Oregon BDR to be officially released is February 4th is the official release date for that route, when you'll likely be able to get like the Butler map and get the GPX tracks off the website and everything. But as far as the film festival, the premiere for the Oregon BDR movie, I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I don't know if it's the same day. It might be. I don't know. Did everybody get all their Christmas shopping done yet? I do have a last minute gift ideas video out. Did you see it? Just asking. Thank you, Critter. I wasn't specifically needing you to do that, but if you can, that would be super cool. And it was weird because the old logo for the old channel seemed to work just fine with that other merch company that I was using, but for some reason, Teespring, when you scale it up, it just gets super fuzzy. I'm not sure what's going on there. What are we at? How many people? All right. This is for the first sticker pack giveaway. I am closing entries right now. Picking a winner. Mike Ramsauer, you win a Explore Adventure Moto sticker pack. It's going to have several other stickers in with it, not just my lame logo, but please, here, hold on. Please email me at that email, advcamper457@gmail.com, with who you are, what you won, and more importantly, what your address is, so I can send them to you. Neck Dual Sport, I have not. The only official BDR that I've ever done is the Washington. I have done a couple of the Oregon routes, the unofficial Oregon routes. I haven't been able to make it outside of the Pacific Northwest to do any other BDR routes. That's going to change next year, though. Thank you, Critter. So, not everybody is caught up on their Christmas shopping yet. You got like 2 weeks yet, to 2 weeks to go. I did like nearly the grown up responsible thing almost, and got pretty much all of my shopping done early this year. Dewey, the Idaho BDR is basically next on the list that I want to do. It's the one that makes sense to be next on the list. It's the next closest, right? To do that one end to end, though. No, Harley, get down. I got cords over here. Stop. To do that one, though, you really need 2 weeks, right? Because it's basically Oregon and here's Harley. Say hi to the camera. To do Idaho, it's basically Oregon and Washington, right? So you need, what, 2 weeks, probably, 10 days to really do it. So were I to do Idaho, I will split it in half. I'll do the first half and then second half later. But I think at least half of it will be this next year in 23. Hey, you want attention now when the camera's going? I'm talking to people. Come on, get down. Get down, please. Get down. There you go. Stay. Sit. Sit your bottom. Sit. Sit down. Disobey. Good girl. Jen Smith is in here. By Bike Northwest. Jay Pauly. Josh is in here. Just trying to keep up with the people that just got in here, or people that I didn't see before. So yeah, Idaho BDR is definitely very high on the list. I am going to RMR, Rocky Mountain Roll, this next year. And there is another multi-state trip that I have in the works, up in these dusty cogs and gears, of another place that I'm going to visit this year, another multi-state trip. Like I said, that one I'm not really talking about yet because it's going to be like a surprise video series. Dewey, for the Idaho, what did you think about the sections or the parts of it that you did do? Or is it compared to Washington? Because I know there's some parts of Washington that are really quite rough. Yeah, tons of bees. So I had tickets to go to RMR last year, and family stuff got in the way. I mean, that's really poor wording. Family comes first. It didn't work out right, so I didn't go. But this year I've already got my tickets for RMR. I am going. In September, Critter, you want me to come to the island in September? What's the weather like up there in September? I mean, I lived in the San Juan Islands for a couple of years, a long time ago, and the weather is going to be very similar, but I don't really remember what it's like in September. Bobby Top says Lolo motorway was the roughest, but the majority is fine. Got it. Okay, well, Critter said it. I might be going up into BC this next year too. Who knows? Dewey, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I want to do Idaho, because everything I've seen on it, the whole route is just super scenic looking. It's very picturesque. I would love to do that. And some of those little tiny towns, I mean, they're like living ghost towns, right? That's a huge interest of mine, is just to see not just actual abandoned like homesteads or old ghost towns, things like that, but the ones that people still live in, but they're tiny, I really dig that kind of stuff. I would love to see stuff like that in person. Ken is in here. How you doing, Ken? Got your package? Different Ken, maybe? Slowboat, everybody cheers to Slowboat. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's sections of the Idaho BDR. They're on like the old defunct rail grades and everything. Those kind of things I want to see too, where it like goes through the old railway tunnels and all that stuff. That just looks super cool. So I was first introduced to the Idaho BDR on Backcountry Adventure Moto. If you guys haven't seen his channel or don't follow him, get on his channel and check out his stuff. Very cool. His channel is the inspiration as to what led me to start spending so much money on my Africa Twin. Is his channel. So it's Kyle's fault, really, is what it is. Have a good night, Eddie. Today I was finalizing another video. Anybody that's followed me for a little while knows that towards the end of the year, I like to release an outtakes or a best of bloopers video of the overall year. And I was doing that today and lost all the footage. Like, it's gone. So unfortunately this year there will not be. I'm bummed. I'm super bummed. I was not having a good day earlier today because all the footage is gone. The video that I had nearly complete, gone. I don't know what I did. I clicked on a button, just poof, gone. And I just started on I just upgraded my editing machine. I have a desktop now that I edit on, and I didn't yet have file history set up, so I can't recover. It's just gone. I was bummed. But I say that to say this. In that video, you were going to see some footage from Giant Loop 11 this past year, where while Eddie was still sleeping, I made a visit to his compound and may or may not have rubbed some body parts upon the seat of his motorcycle. We did mention it in the Giant Loop videos, and his dad was kind of making fun of him and kind of getting him worked up that body parts may have ended up someplace else, which they didn't. But I did have video footage of that happening, and it's sadly now gone. I'm super bummed that I can't do a blooper video for you guys this year. I was bummed out, but c'est la vie. It is what it is. Yes, Ken, full teabag. Yes, Adventure Glide. I teabagged his drum set. Yep, that's exactly what happened. What are y'all drinking tonight? Are you being responsible adults, or are you being Friday after a long work week adults? Vodka and 7. I pre-gamed, so I'm doing lightweight thing. This is just like a hard cider, and it's a low content hard cider as well. So Coors Light, there it is. Knob Creek, just water, nothing wrong with that. Rogue Dead guy. Weller Antique. Ooh. Here's something. I'm going to ask you guys all a question. And ladies. And I just want you to, I don't want you to tell us what. I just want you to tell us yes or no in the chat. Have you had a chance to ride a BDR yet? Ken, yes, I did like the Coors Light can. At first I'm thinking, wait a minute, this thing's pretty light. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that was cool. Thank you for that. Now, keep in mind, there almost every state has unofficial backcountry discovery routes also that people have just put together. They're just harder to find the GPX tracks because they're not so widely available, right? So I'm not talking about just the official tracks for the number of states that they have them in. Now, if you have had the opportunity to ride one, what BDR was it? In my case, my first BDR that I rode was, it wasn't the OG Oregon Route 6. That was my second one. The first one that I rode, I didn't film. I wasn't even filming yet. I rode, what was that? Would have been Route 4, I think it was. Bobby Top cut his teeth on Idaho. Nice. Jeff is doing the PA Wilds X and the Mabder next year. Nice. Nick Dual Sports doing NEBDR next year. Awesome. Joshua's done Washington and Nevada. Couple of Nevadas. Dewey, nice, well done. Part of 5. You talking the OG Route 5 that goes from Washington to California, the one with all the sections in it. Ken's done Wabder and Upper Idaho. I think when I do the Idaho, I'm gonna do it the traditional way, south to north, and I'll do the southern half first, and then at a later date I'll go back and do the northern half. I could technically do all of it in one go, but man, I've already got one 10-day trip planned this year, so I don't want to do 2 of those in 1 year. That's a lot. My ADV, small sections of Wabder during Tour Tech, nice, yep, because it goes right through there up by Chumstick is what the Wabder does. And a VB40 ride, nice, with soils. You did the brutal part just out of Riley. Ooh, yeah, out of Riley. I've heard that is so rocky, like big, gnarly volcanic rocks, too. So there's yeah, like I said, my next one aside from Oregon is a definite this next year. That's already planned. We're still in the final planning stages of it, but it's a definite. It's happening. But I'm gonna try and make Idaho happen this year, at least half of it. Yep, everybody sees you. He's trying to figure out who I'm talking to. I'm talking to them right there. See him? See him right there? See? No? It's like, yeah, whatever. Dewey, I've heard that from several different people. Like it's exceptional around the Riley area for the OG BDR. Bobby Top, yeah, it's Idaho's a long route. That's why I'm gonna cut it into 2 sections. Smoky Mountains 500. I've actually heard of that one, Jay. It's a Holstein cat. I don't actually know what kind of a cat he is aside from needy, high maintenance. He's actually not a high maintenance cat. He's for a cat, he's pretty cool. It's probably the first time he's been on camera, actually. When we first got him, we didn't know that he was a he. We assumed that he was a her, and that's why we named him Sam. And when we figured it out, happy coincidence, the name got to stay. Jeffrey, at times I feel like I have 5 cats and 2 dogs. I used to have 2 dogs. Harley had a sister, Molly. She passed away a couple years ago. She was old girl, but we had her for 10 years. That was 10 great years. So, Adventure Glide. I don't know how many days Idaho takes if you were to do it all in one go. With the way that Idaho is set up, it's basically all of Oregon and Washington. And when we did Washington, we easily did it in 5 days, all told. So I just sort of assume that you double that. We could have done it in less time than 5 days, pretty easily, but that allowed us to stop for filming or not have to ride so much through the day and get to campsites a little bit earlier and rest some. Or in the case of day 2, we had one of our group fall and bust his leg and stuff like that. So I would assume that Idaho would be like a 10-day trip, but I could be way off base. I don't know. I've never done it. Dewey, yeah, I think that's right. How fast of a rider you are and how much you want to cover each day. For when I first started doing these type of rides on big adventure bites, I originally, this is even before I really started filming anything, any channel, any YouTube, before any of that. I was thinking about, fast and trying to get stuff knocked out. And now I'm just wanting to take my time and actually see stuff, not just go blowing by stuff and not see some of those awesome killer views that are out there, which is one of the whole points of being in the backcountry, is so you can see the backcountry. But yeah, I think you're right. It is, I think it's actually a little bit over 1,000 miles, if I'm not mistaken. Moto Map Chick, yeah, I'm this year, I was just talking to Amanda of As the Magpie Flies here just a couple of days ago, yesterday actually. We got together and I was picking her brain about cameras and stuff. I'm going to be upping my camera game here very soon. I'm doing more than just action cameras. So stay tuned on that. Yeah, Dewey, I think the most I've done that included off-road in a day was my first day doing when I went back to finish the Washington BDR. My first day I did that 470 miles in one day. That was a lot of miles to cover in one day, with like over half of that amount of miles being off pavement. That is a long day for sure. I was definitely having to push it. Ghost Rider, no, not the 360. New cameras or new equipment has nothing to do with action cameras at all. I will be very much upgrading around the camp type filming. But were I to replace any action cameras, I probably would go with a 360. Critter, yes. DSLR, yes. Like frame and lens type cameras. So, I say that to say this. The quality of my videos might go even further down for the first couple of months of 23 while I'm getting used to new cameras. So hopefully I'll be able to get all that sorted out pretty quick and learn all the stuff. Because it's been a long time since I had an actual proper camera. And last time I did, they didn't even have video capability back then. So it's been a minute. Ken, I have waffled about the decision on getting a drone, not getting a drone for a really long time, because I actually like flying. That was one of my other hobbies for a while, is I used to fly remote control helicopters, and then that turned into drones, went back to helicopters, but I enjoy that. I like that stuff. And having drone footage would be something really cool to add to the channel, but that's just one more thing to add to the loadout that gets packed on the bike that needs to be taken care of and kind of need to be careful with a little bit. I just don't want to do that. Having to do that, I would rather invest in a DSLR instead of a drone, I think. Slowboat, nice. What drone did you get? Plus, with a drone, if you're monetized, you also have to keep in mind that you do need at least the watered down version of a commercial pilot's license, because you'll be making money off of the footage, and that's if you don't have that and you get popped, that's some big FCC fines right there, big time. FAA, FCC, whatever, alphabet something or another. My ADV, yes, part 107. That's exactly it. Yeah, I've every time I go into Best Buy, I'm always looking at the drones, and I always pull myself back from getting one. Always. Yeah, Ken, if you don't, I mean, depending on the weight of the drone, you may still need to register it unless it falls underneath the weight. It's a certain amount of grams, but if you're not looking to make money with it, then it doesn't matter that I'm aware of. Can you guys hear Harley drinking her water in the background? To me, on the audio meter, it looks to me like it's picking her up, lapping. So yeah, here it was Wednesday. So just a couple of days ago, I was out in Forest Grove at Evo, Oregon, at Paul's shop, doing the filming for that suspension video. So that one's going to be pretty cool. I had him talk about it because he's the professional, right? He can explain it far better than I can. I've been fiddling with and adjusting my own suspension for years, not just on motorcycles, but when I raced downhill mountain bikes for quite a number of years. I did my own suspension stuff for that. Obviously the weight is very, very different. The overall basics are the same: compression, rebound, preload, that type of thing, travel. For motorcycles, I'm not as good at it because there's a lot more to take into account, particularly with adventure bikes, right? Because I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but people that get into adventure bikes, they tend to be a little bit more heavy of a spring rate themselves, such as myself. And you have luggage on the bike and things like that, right? So I had the professional get on camera because he's going to be able to explain it a lot better than I ever could. So that should be a pretty good video. I've had more than a few people message me directly when they found out I was going to be doing a video like that. Very interested in it. So should be pretty cool. And it's not going to be the only suspension video, because that was one of two reasons that I went out there, not just to film that video, but also to talk to him about doing a significant upgrade to the Africa Twin, which will be coming soon. And that's all I'll say. Dewey, nice. He's 150 pounds, and he makes up for it by overpacking. that's something I will be working on this year. I'm a notorious overpacker myself. Even with me preaching to everybody, don't overpack, blah 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 blah. Me myself, I'm like a do as I say, not as I do person, because I always overpack. This year on the longer rides, I probably am not going to take a camp table or even a camp chair. You might see me on a couple of trips using my hammock instead of my tent, because the hammock technically takes up the same amount of space as the tent does, because it's not just the hammock, right? You have to think about the tarp fly that goes over the top. You got to think about your underquilt. Yes, you do need an underquilt even in the summertime, because that air passing underneath the hammock really just sucks the heat straight up out of your body. And then I don't use a quilt in my hammock. I still use my sleeping bag. I just keep it unzipped, but they're not any heavier than the tent, but it's like, here's the hammock, and then here's the fly, here's the underquilt, so you still have the same amount of stuff, it's just lighter. But you probably will see a couple videos of me hammock moto camping this year. So I need to get back to that, because for me anyway, I prefer a hammock to a tent. It's just so much more comfortable. I just don't use it very often because I can't always guarantee I'm going to be able to stop in a spot that has trees to be able to hang from. Bobby Top, thank you very much. Everybody cheers to Bobby Top. I appreciate that. Cheers, sir. If anybody doesn't know, Bobby Top, many moons ago, is the winner of Henry's cousin. I don't have Henry out here. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get Henry. He is the winner of Henry's cousin. Bobby, what did you name Henry's cousin? There's Henry. And I brought out Henry's friend, Bob Ross. Bob Ross has been going on trips with Henry lately, so he can paint his happy little pictures of the Sasquatch in the woods. Make sure I don't unplug all my cords. See if he can sit right there. There he goes. This might be the first time that, maybe second time that Henry's been part of a live stream. Bobby Top, he's named Stanley. Awesome. Yep. And if you go back into the Wayback Machine on Instagram, you can even see a couple of pictures of Stanley and Henry hanging out together. Up on, what was that? Was that Tyee or is that Chumstick? Yeah, Tyee. The Bearded Grump, you're late. You haven't missed a whole lot yet. So, there's a question for everybody. This isn't a question about what you use the most. What do you prefer? Do you prefer a tent or do you prefer a hammock? Me, myself, and I prefer a hammock. I didn't used to. No. I didn't used to prefer it because I thought you couldn't get comfortable in a hammock with the whole laying like a banana syndrome, right? You get the pressure points on the back of your knees, just wake up all sore and everything. And then I figured out there is a YouTube channel called Shug Emery. If you've ever thought about hammocks, look him up on YouTube. He has a lot of great information on hammock camping. He'll even go in like the middle of winter and go camping with his hammocks. But that's when I figured out that you're not supposed to lay in it right down the center. You're supposed to lay at it at an angle. And when you do that, if you have the right hammock, even if you're a side sleeper, you can be completely comfortable. I myself am a side sleeper, and I've never woken up with any pressure points. I'm telling you, it is the best night's sleep I have ever had outdoors. Best Western. Nice. Well played. Well played. FTR, yeah. When you're in the desert and there's nothing to string a hammock to, that does make it difficult. Yes. Let's get Bob Ross up here so he's in the shot too, right? Let's do that. We're doing this live stream in the living room tonight instead of out in the garage like I normally would. Just because it's a fair bit warmer in here than it is out there. Will he stand up? Probably not. Let's get him over there by his little buddy. There you go. So what do we get? One old man writing says, tent, it always works no matter where I am. Yes, and that's why I generally take my tent versus my hammock. I would like to take both so I had the option just in case, because my hammock setup actually doesn't add that much weight. I think it would add maybe 3 pounds total in between all the stuff, but it would still take up, that much space. And that's on, if it was just an overnight or if I was just going to be in one place for a couple of days or whatever, I would do that. But other than that, I need space. It's a space and weight consideration. Critter, your hammock is kind of a... What's the hammock that you use, though? Doesn't yours have like a whole... Isn't it like more like a suspended tent system, though? Old man writing, the benefit of moto camping is being able to bring everything. Well, yes. If you're going to be doing like a serious multi-day thing, though, you don't want to just weigh down the bike too much. I mean, forget what you see about the huge GS 1250s and the big BMW riders that you see that are just overloaded to, whatever, everything, including the kitchen sink. You don't want to blow out your suspension and your tires on the way to wherever you're going. If you're going to be on the pavement a bunch, then it's whatever. But in my case, then I'm off the pavement. It's rough roads or trails and things like that. I don't want to beat the crap out of my bike more than I'm going to do anyway. Yeah, the bug screen, Critter. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Very likely. Is what I thought. $43 in the chat. Cool. That's awesome. 43 in the chat, and there's 19 thumbs up. Jeez, you guys. What am I going to do with you guys? What's everybody's Christmas plans this year? You getting together with family? You just going to hang out at your own house and stay hermits? What are you doing? There's, in some ways, I still don't know what I'm doing for Christmas. Come on, sweetie. Get down. Get down. I don't want you to get the cords. Stay down. Critter, go ahead and throw that code up so people can see it. We'll do that right now. Once Critter throws up his code for Go Outfitters. Okay. So first, do they ship outside of Canada? Ooh, nice. Rented a cabin in Anacortes. Where in Anacortes? I am somewhat familiar with Anacortes. Sean Meyer, have to work. I feel you. There was many years I had to do the same, yeah. Oh, perfect. So they're based out of Florida. Yeah, Critter, if you want to throw that link up, go for it. If anybody in the chat right now has their own YouTube channel and they are creators, please put your channel up. Just get in there and say sub to me. I recognize several people in here that I know have their own channels. So I'm all about the community, supporting the community. You guys have all helped me out through some really difficult times, and I want to be able to give back in whatever way I possibly can. So if you have a YouTube channel, you're a content creator, if you're even just on Instagram or whatever, if you're a creator that has a link, throw it up in the chat right now. And right after that, we will start another sticker pack giveaway. Neck dual sport. Well, fortunately, I do not have a chimney, so that should not be too much of a concern for this house anyway. I can't speak for everybody. Sticks and Stones. Just installed the Moto's Tractionator Adventure Tires T7. First set of dirt bias tires. Question: is it normal to be full pucker in cold Oregon break-in? On my break-in period, Sticks and Stones, this is literally what happened. The first time I put the Motos on my bike, this is how I broke them in. I put them on. I had them all spooned on, good to go at about 8 o'clock at night, and then I went to bed. I got up at 4 the next morning, and by 5, I was on the road, headed for Kashmir to finish my Washington BDR run. That was my break-in period on that. I just kind of went for it and hoped for the best, and it turned out good. Tractionators are a fantastic tire. I run the Tractionator Adventure on the rear, and I run the Dual Venture on the front. I love them. They have never stepped out on me on the pavement. Even on wet pavement, they haven't stepped out. And the wet pavement was cold also, mind you. In the dirt, they're like Spider-Man. They grip to everything. I love them. They are more expensive, so now I'm spoiled to have to spend more money on sets of tires because I do not want to go backwards now. They're just amazing. If you are concerned with the break-in period, the scrub-in period, just take it easy, pay attention, don't go full lean over crazy in the corners and everything, or go find like a sandy parking lot someplace where you can get the tire to dig in and create like a little bit of a rut so you can scrub in the whole thing at once and just ride around a little bit and get them scrubbed in that way. If you can find a sandy lot or even like a dirty loamy lot or something like that, they'll scrub in faster. But even before my tires were technically scrubbed in, I had zero issues. Yeah, Bearded Grunt, Motos or nothing. That is the camp that I am in now, is Motos or nothing. You guys know I was hardcore rah-rah cheerleader for my TKC 80 front and my Shinko 805 rear. That combo treated me very well. I went through several sets of that combo. Loved it. And then I switched to Motos, and I will never go back. The jump in traction from, let's say, the full 805 rear, 804 front, or the Shinko 705, the jump in traction from 705 to the 805 combo that I was running, the jump in traction to Motos was even greater. It's just I am spoiled. The traction on Motos tires, cannot be beat. I'm telling you, it's basically like you're using Shinko cheater full knobbies on a dirt bike when you have these things on your bike. It's amazing. Now, having said that, they are loud mofos on the freeway. Whoo, that front tire, man, what a buzzer. I can have the music on in my helmet wearing my earplugs, and I can still not just feel it, I can still hear the tires. They're ungodly loud. And they've gotten louder as they've worn in some. Yeah, Critter says you can feel like you feel like you climb trees with them. Yeah, I agree. There are other places that I rode with the Shinko and the Continental tires that I want to go back and ride now that I'm using Motos and see how much better I can do. Because it's I'm telling you, it is that big of a difference. It is amazing. The Bearded Grump. So a lot of the stuff that you hear about Moto's front tires come from the Tractionator line specifically. I am running the Dual Venture front, which is like a full-blown big bike knobby, but it's the tire that's meant to, once it runs out of traction one way and it gets all ramped and everything, it's meant to be able to flip the tire on the rim so you can extend the life of the tire. And I have not had it step out, not even once. And I've had it in some pretty sketchy situations. No weird cracks, no weird wear patterns, no nothing. Just crazy good tires. Have a good night, Joshua. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Everybody, cheers to Joshua. Okay, we're going to start up another sticker pack giveaway. Are y'all ready? Ready, set, blammo. Exclamation point EAM to enter the giveaway. Mike, what are you running the Tusk D Sports on? I would like to run them on my Twin, but they don't make the D Sports in the size for the rear of the Twin. So I would either have to get a different rim or stretch the things. I'm not going to do that. I've heard the D Sports actually perform pretty darn well. They just wear out fast. Shark Pampers. I love that name so much. That thing's... It's one of the best names I've seen. There's another really good name that I saw that subscribed to me actually a little while back. I don't think I've ever seen him in the live chats or anything, but it's, what was it? Devin the Dirt Turd. That's some funny stuff right there, man. The Pirelli Rally is still going, huh? That's crazy. Ooh, let's talk about this, because I've got a couple of things coming up, a couple of trips coming up this next year that I have not had the opportunity to do yet on the channel that I think will be really cool, because it's also one of my interests of stuff that I want to see that I already talked about a little bit ago, but non-BDR specific, can be long pavement ride or just whatever. What is a destination that you haven't done yet on a bike that you want to do? Put that in the chat. Yeah, Sharp Pampers. His screen name is literally Devin the Dirt Turd. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen aside from yours. Well, Critter, then you're just going to have to pick one of them. Pamir Highway. Alaska to Mexico. That would be cool. So, my ADV. I don't know about Alaska to Mexico, but once the different PDR routes are actually completed, so Oregon's supposed to be in 23. The rumor is Northern California is supposed to be in 2024. So technically, once that one's done, you'd be able to go from Canada to Baja anyway. all on official BDR routes. That'd be kind of cool. For most points of lower 48, like you're talking about, like northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast. Nice. Key West, that'd be cool, going over all the bridges and everything. One thing that I've always thought I wanted to do was to go do the I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's like the Bourbon Trail, like over in Tennessee or something like that, where you can actually, and you're allowed to do this. You're allowed to ride on the old tracks that they used to do all the bootleg runs on. So that would be cool. I would love to do that. Yep, Motomap chick. I got a spare room, so if you're in this area and you're on your trip, you got a place to crash, no problem. J. Pauley, Tennessee and Kentucky. Yes, that was the other one I was trying to think of. Yeah, I think it's part of the same thing, isn't it? Copperhead Road. Yeah, Jay, it's I can't remember the actual name of it. There is an actual name of it though. And it takes you, it actually goes past, or it takes you to a couple of the old distilleries. I think it goes past the Jim Beam distillery or something like that. I can't remember. That is one of my bucket list rides that I want to do though, is something like that. That would be cool. Just because I mean that area of the country looks just really neat to me. I may or may not be somewhere on that side of the country this next year. I've got a good friend of mine actually lives in Louisiana, so I'm half considering trying to do a trip to Louisiana this year, but I don't know if time is going to be a thing. Maybe. We'll see. Jay, you've literally been there, done that, got the t-shirt done. Okay, who's getting a ticket? I'm closing the entries. Are you ready? Are people still entering? If you want to win a sticker pack, you should probably enter in the next 30 seconds. Oh, Ken, that'd be cool. Riding around the Roanoke area. Roanoke also intrigues me just because of the history of the whole Roanoke thing, right? These guys are kind of creeping me out a little bit sitting there. Okay, here we go. Closing entries. Sticker pack number 2. Picking the winner. Wounded Tig, you have won an Explore Adventure Moto sticker pack. Everybody cheers to Wounded Tig. Please email me at this email address, if I can type it correctly. Is that right? Yeah, email me at that email address with who you are, what you want, and what your address is so I can send them to you. Everybody cheers to Tig. Thank you, Critter. Except you misspelled it. It's Camper. There it is. Thank you, sir. So yeah, there's I'm not doing a lot of bucket list stuff this year, but I'm trying to tick a couple of bucket list items off of my lists this year because I'm gonna have the time. So I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna be out on the bike all the time, but I'm gonna be out on the bike a lot this year. Where's everybody from? Put up your state, or if you're in the States, or your country if you're not in the States. Where are you all from? Put that in the chat. Sticks and Stones, you're in around the Boring, Oregon area? I lived in Damascus for quite a while. It was many years ago, but Dewey's and PDX. We got Boise, Idaho. We got California. We got Gary is currently in Las Vegas. Southern Carolina. Sorry, Washington State. We got the AZ representing. Another Washington. Aloha. By Bike Northwest, like Aloha, Oregon, outside of Beaverton. Australia, cheers to Andrew, Australia. Thanks, man. Tennessee, Northern Nevada, Charlotte, North Carolina. Critter is in the Van Isle, BC. Gig Harbor, Washington. Southwest Pennsylvania, Spokane, Kennewick. New York for now. Tennessee as soon as you can. Nice. Bend over Oregon. Poverty with the view. Yeah, I've heard Bend actually has gotten quite expensive to live in too, Lane. Lake Stevens. Yep. Yeah, Boring, Oregon. Yeah, I kind of this time of year I don't really plan rides if it's a nice day. Today I actually didn't get out on the bike when I should have because it was beautiful today. Here pretty soon I wanted to go back out past Estacada and see where the snow level's at up around the Squaw Mountain area up by Ladee Flats and all that, and see where it's gotten to. See if you can even get to the gravel pit anymore. And I've heard that there is still a back way to get up closer, not all the way up to Goat Mountain, but closer to Goat Mountain outside of Molalla, and I wanted to go check that out too. Hey Tenny, how's it going? Yeah, Sticks and Stone. Bend really has exploded. I can remember decades ago going through Bend when my family used to race a lot of off-road buggies and trucks and stuff like Milliken Valley, China Hat, Christmas Valley, places like those, or on our way to Nevada or whatever. Bend was just like a nothing town back then, and it is quite the little town now. It's huge compared to what I remember. Sticks and Stones, you can actually access Goat Mountain through Estacada right now? Are you talking about up through, what's the name of that road? I always forget the name of that road. Hillockburn Road? I thought they still had that gated off. I thought you had to go the back way out of Molalla. Hey Swabby, what's going on? Yeah, so Sticks and Stones. Last time I heard last time I was up there, they had moved the barriers on Hillockburn farther back, but the barriers were still there, and you actually couldn't get to Goat Mountain still from the fires the last couple of years. And I think you could actually get further if you were to go to Molalla and go the back way up that way. I don't personally know what that back way is, though. Yeah, Goat Mountain. I haven't been up there since the fires happened the last couple of years, but there's a lot of great opportunity for riding up there and camping actually. There's a lot of cool spots up there. I would love to make it back up in there. It's just they've had the barriers up, so. Yeah, sticks and stones. I agree, and I've also heard that they moved the barrier on 46 even farther towards Detroit, so you can almost get all the way through to like driving the old loop, like people from Estacada often call it, driving the what do they call it? Driving around the block. Is they would go 46 Detroit and then come up that way and come back up I-5 and be done, or Beaver Creek or whatever, through Malala and Silverton and all that, but so sticks and stones. So it's still the same as it was the last time I remember. Then, I think the last time I was up 46, it was gated just over 7 miles past where you would turn off to go to Olali off 46. But interestingly, while I was up there, all the little side roads and things that you can go up and do like some dispersed camping or whatnot, there wasn't a gate or a barrier or even any signs up saying you couldn't on any of the roads up there, except for maybe like at the what is that, the hot springs up there, Brighton Bush, is that what it is? That was still shut down because there's trees down and whatnot, but all the little spur roads and side roads, they were all open last time I was up there, which surprised me. No, Olali, you can get to Olali off 46. 57 is the one that goes way up the hill and it takes you up to the Timothy Lake Dam, but you can get to Olali. I saw it just this past year. It was several months ago. You go up 46 quite a ways, and the road to Olali was open, and they even had signs saying it was open. Yes, yeah. Right now, obviously, the snow is a consideration, but yeah, Dewey. It was closed at Ripplebrook for quite a while, and then they scooted it to just past where 57 breaks off to the left there. And then just a couple of months ago, they opened it up all the way to, right where the Mount Hood National Forest meets the Willamette National Forest is where they gated it. Yeah, Sticks, I would totally do that. Email me or get a hold of me on Instagram. We can do that sometime in the next week or so, as long as it's not icy. I'll ride in any conditions as long as it's not icy. If it's icy, I do not get on the bike. Any other time, even if it's a little bit of snow, I don't really care. But if it's icy, no way. But wet, rainy, I don't care. I'll go. Bagby Hot Springs. That's the one I was thinking of. Sticks. Whidbey Island, Washington State. Yep. So you're living right, Mike. You're living right up there next to the Naval Air Station, then. Ken, I am easy. Swabby, that's right. Yep. I'll do whatever. As long as it's not icy. Now, that's not to say I'm not going to get whiny about it. I might whine. I am a guy. But I'll still go. My hands might freeze. I might get cold, but I'll still go. But I did not promise that I would not whine. In those instances, I just take extra cheese in my tank bag. For those AT riders that are in the chat right now, who runs the true high fender on the front, the dirt bike high fender on the front? Not the one that I currently have, which is the Rocks high fender adapter, which is like an inch, inch and a half, but the actual, who runs the high fender? I have a question for you. Ken, I do have a set of hippo hands actually for the bike. So my hands still, even with that though, because I've used the hippo hands before, and it got down to like 35 degrees or something like that. And when it gets that cold, unless you have heated grips also, there ain't nothing that's going to keep your hands warm. At least not mine, anyway. So nobody runs the actual dirt bike high fender? Like either the Camel ADV kit or the Alt-Rider kit? So reason why I asked that is I am actually getting ready. I got the Camel ADV kit and I'm getting ready to put that on. I'm going to do that at the same time that something else happens. Haha, thought I was going to let it slip, didn't you? My ADV, yes, that's right. You run a high fender. Now, here's my question. When you're at speed on the freeway, do you notice any wobble through the bars from it catching the air while you're doing higher speeds? Because the answer to that is going to lead me to develop some type of an extra bracing system for it or something maybe. But if it's not bad, I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, they are doing things on the camera. Well played. Nice catch. I just saw that. That's hilarious. You guys knock it off. Jeez. This is not that kind of a channel. That's for the Only Beards channel. Dewey, it mounts to the lower triple clamp. Nice. 360. Thank you. I was a little bit worried because I had never really considered that being an issue until I read it someplace, and I really started thinking about it. It's like, wait, that actually could be a concern with being at speed going down the freeway and have that thing start wobbling. You could like get some of the feedback or something. But thank you for that answer. One Old Man Riding. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice. Thanks, Sticks. Yeah, I'm still not... You guys can hear her lapping up at the water. Great. You're famous. Good job. Oh, they can see you on the camera, too. See her tail back over here? What was I saying? You scared it out of me. Oh, the heated gloves. So I don't even have, on my bike, I don't even have heated grips. And my winter gloves, I was using Climb, basically snowmobile gloves, so they have a lot more insulation in them. They were a size too small for my hands, though, and I got them like last minute because I needed some for a trip I was going on. So now I have winter specific gloves in the correct size from Built, and they work really well only to a certain point though, and then my fingers just get cold. So, and I'm not going to put heated grips on my bike. I already have heated grips on the Adventure Sport. Harley, get down. I don't want you to get into the cords. Get down, please. Get down. Thank you. I already have them on the Adventure Sport. I'm not going to put them on the standard, but so I just I have some liners that I use underneath my winter gloves when it gets colder, and now it's getting into the time of year where I will also start running my hippo hands as well, and they do help. You can go a lot longer without having to take a break, but once your hands get cold, man, they're just cold. Or so you've heard. Over 100 miles an hour on an 890R. How do you know that? Hey, by the way, PNW ADV, we still need to get together because I have your carbon fiber fork guards for you still. Yeah, I mean, Gary, the built, they're just the cheapy house brand from Cycle Gear, I think it is, but I mean they work. They've been keeping my hands warm. Yeah, old man RMA TV does have those heaters I can install underneath my existing grips, but to do that, I would have to swap out my grips because I have my grips glued down so they don't twist or anything. Swabby. I have to, yeah. It would be a very specific auction though. You would have to already own an 890R. But yeah, man, get a hold of me. We need to go for a ride or something, or email me your address or something, or text me your address and I will get them to you. I was actually talking to a friend of mine today. He rides a GS 1250. Kyle, he was actually in my day tripping video here, man, long time ago. We went around the loop down to the coast and back one day, but I'm gonna get him a set of fork guards as well. And his bike, his 1250, it's the 1250R. It's the black and carbon fiber kind of a look anyway, so these things will just look sweet on his bike for sure. They will make that bike look amazingly pretty every time it sits out in front of a Starbucks. What you doing? Harley decided to get up onto the couch. You'll be able to see her here in frame in a minute, maybe. See, there she is. Just her nose. There's Amanda. What's going on? I was just telling them a little bit ago that I was picking your brain about trying to get into the wonderful world of frames and lenses. Thank you for that email, by the way. I appreciate that. Richard, thin wool balaclava under your helmet will help keep your hands and feet warm because it's holding the heat in. Yeah, none of my body ever gets cold typically, except for it starts on my fingertips, right? Just like with everybody, I always have. Oh yeah, no, Amanda, I wanted that. I wanted all the information that I could get. Don't even feel bad about that. But I always have a tendency to hold my grips too hard, and I don't. I've noticed myself not taking enough times to wiggle my fingertips to keep the blood moving. That's the biggest thing, is keeping the blood moving, which will keep your hands warmer longer. So I actually need to consciously make the effort to do that and not grip so hard while I'm riding. But so far with the liners and my winter gloves and then my hippo hands, I can go for quite a long ways before anything is an issue, before I need to consider like heated gloves or heated grips or anything like that. I just don't want more electronics on the bike or yet another piece of gear I'm going to have to worry about even more batteries for, or they have a long cord going to a USB cable or something. So I just do what I can do dealing with what I have currently. Yes. Yeah, Dewey. Are you as loyal to your brand as Amanda is to Sony? Amanda is fanatical about Sony, by the way. I did find this out. And that's okay. everybody has a brand. If something works for you, why not stick with it? You know, that, I mean, I don't see any reason to, you know, Honda has worked for me for years. That's why I stick with it, right? Yes, that's right. Amanda is having a live stream on Sunday. What time, Amanda? Isn't it? Are you doing it at 3 p.m. Pacific? There you go. 3 p.m. Pacific on As the Magpie Flies live stream. What are you going to be talking about? It's Sony or get on your pony and leave. Yeah, Amanda's got me sold on Sony for sure. I mean, it's... Ooh, check that out. Revealing your plans for 23. That's cool. Guess what? I will be there. I will be in the chat. But yeah, I am heavily considering Sony. I haven't had a chance to actually really dig into it and start looking yet, just because I've also been finalizing all this suspension stuff for the bike. I want to get that done and those plans set in place first. But camera is next on the long list of items. Canon, because you need gas money too. The giggle girls. Yeah, no kid. Oh, see, Bob Ross and Henry are both falling down again. Yeah, Amanda, you weren't here when I set these guys up. Did you see that Henry has a buddy? That is an original Bob Ross to paint Henry and his happy little landscapes. There you go. He's going to give. And this is Sam. And someplace over there is Harley. Bob Ross is awesome. If Ron Swanson was not already my spirit animal, it would be Bob Ross. Ouch. Man, my shoulder's a little bit cattywampus today. Okay, we're gonna do we're coming up on an hour and a half, and I'm probably gonna cut this off at an hour and a half tonight, because I still have some things I need to take care of this evening. But we're gonna do one more sticker pack giveaway, starting right now, if it's still working. Exclamation point EAM, capital letters, to enter the giveaway. Is it gonna work? Yep, it worked. Haha. Thank you, Critter. Yeah, if you win, please email me at the email address that Critter just put up there. Who you are, what you won, and most importantly, what is your address. If you don't do these things, you're not going to get your prize. Simple. Also, if you're in here, please give this a thumbs up. Amanda, also, did I read correctly that your early bird sale on RMR has already sold out? Man, when does the normal sale start? Perfect. January 10th, 2023, right there. If you wanna go hang out in Montana for a long weekend and do some cool moto camping, jump on that. I'm very sorry I missed it last year, but I am going this year. So Thank you, Critter. Thank you very much. Thank you also for everybody give cheers to Critter, because until Amanda got here, he was solo as the mod, and he's been doing a fantastic job. And in addition to that, he's even been keeping track of my winners, which I have been really terrible at tonight. So when you get your sticker pack, it's because of Critter. It's not because of me. Critter, you could go into RMR. You just postpone your USA tour this coming year just by a month. Yeah, and if you're not subscribed to Critter Moto on YouTube, go do that. This guy's doing cool stuff on his channel up out of BC, Canada. And also, if you're not subscribed to As the Magpie Flies, what are you doing with your life? Seriously. Go subscribe to her channel. Hit that notification bell. She's really doing it. There's Critter Motos. Amanda, put your link up there too. I would be anybody, if you're not subscribed to Amanda, shame on you, for one thing. She's really doing it. She really does the thing. Moto camper extraordinaire, even though she does hotels a lot, but we won't talk about that. Yep, there it is. Go sub to both those channels. Please and thank you. Critter, Amanda is more tech savvy than any of us. She's also a better filmmaker than all of us. I do YouTube stuff. Amanda does films. If you want to see real talent, you go to her channel. Yeah, Amanda, I agree. Yeah, I can only imagine what that is like, for sure. Yeah, Ken, same actually. My wife, God rest her soul, she actually watched Amanda's channel as well, and that was she was an inspiration for her to actually want to get on the bike. Her and Chris from For the Love of Knobs, that was actually making her. That was one of her goals, was to get healthy and be able to do that. So that's a pretty big deal. Those people, Amanda and Chris, you guys got it going on. See, everybody loves Amanda. Who doesn't love Amanda? She's like one of the sweetest human beings on the planet. Closing entries. What are we at? 28 entries. Closing entries. Whammo. There we go. I'm picking a winner right now. You ready? You ready? 1, 2, 4. Max Snowden, you have won an Explore Adventure Moto sticker pack. Please email me at advcamper457@gmail.com who you are, what you won, and most importantly, what is your address. If you don't give me those things or you don't email me, you're not going to get your stickers and a hand-lettered envelope from yours truly. Unless I have one of these guys do it. Maybe. I don't know. Time will tell. All right, guys. That is the amount of energy that I had. Now, I did mention at the beginning of this live stream that I may or may not have pre-gamed a little bit before this live stream because it's Friday and a couple of my friends wanted to go out, so I did that. And now I'm out of energy, so this live stream's coming to an end. We are cutting it about half an hour short. I do still have some chores and things I need to get taken care of tonight before I go to sleep, but thank you all very much for showing up tonight. Oh. Thank you all very much for showing up tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. I do have a Patreon page. It's in the links of the descriptions of my videos. I do now have a merch store, finally, right? I also have channel memberships available on YouTube. If you cannot right now monetarily support me, I completely understand. I am just happy that you are with me, enjoying the content that I enjoy creating for you each and every week. This has been an Explore Adventure Moto production.